Boys, one of my favorite things to do as, the lead up to a pay-per-view event, we're doing the rare locks of UFC 308. If you don't know what that means, or if this is the first time you're watching any of these rare locks videos, pretty much, I got 5 things in this video. And if you ever see them in any betting website, bet the house on it because it is a lock. If you're lucky enough to find all 5 of these, parlay these bad boys because you're going to be quadrillionaire, trillionaire. Every single kind of nares is what you're going to be. So pretty much, like I said, I got 5 things on here that I think are going to be a lock of UFC 308 leading up to the fight, during the fight, press conference, all that stuff. Now, this is recorded on Tuesday, so I think I'm posting these Friday, Thursday, so hopefully, none of these break out. Hopefully, we don't get, some craziness leading up to the build-up. But number 1, the first rare lock on this card. I think we're going to see majority decisions on this card. Now, if you guys remember from, I think I started this a few pay-per-views back, but pretty much every single pay-per-view, I predicted that it was going to be majority finishes. But this card, completely switching it up. Let's run through the card actually real quickly, and I'll tell you guys honestly if I think anyone's gonna get finished. The main event, co-main event, it's possible. Dan Ige, Lerone Murphy, no. Magomedov, Ankalaev, Rakić, I don't think so. Shara Bullet versus Petrosyan, I don't think so. Jeff Neal, RDA, I think Jeff Neal's sleeping RDA. Matus Rembeki versus Holloway, decision. Said Nurmagomedov taking on Daniel Santos. I could see Said gain a submission, but I don't know. A boost Magomedov versus Bruno Ferreira. I could also see Bruno Ferreira knocking out a boost, but I think it's going to be a decision. Kennedy versus Chris Barnett. I'm hoping for that Chris Barnett knockout, but I think it's going to be a decision. Farid Basharat, Victor Hugo. I could see Farid Basharat getting it done, finishing Victor Hugo. Ishmael versus Bruno Silva, decision. Renat Fakadivov take on Carlos Lee. Probably Renat, but I don't know if he finishes him. Then Abu versus Rafael. I think Rafael knocks out Abu. Really rare that I think a lot of these are gonna be decisions, because like I said, for the past few pay-per-views, I thought majority of them are gonna be finishes, but this one I don't think so. I think it's gonna be rare to see some finishes in this card, and I think we're gonna see a few boring fights here, and I think all of the prelims for the most part is gonna be boring as hell. But let's go into the second rare lock of UFC 308. The co-main event and the main event will be, how everyone was feeling leading up to Pereira Roundtree round 1. That's the vibes we're going to get from the main event and co-main event. We're going to be jittery, out of our seats. Anything can happen, especially for that main event. But co-main event, same thing. Round 1, I think, is going to be a crazy round 1. Heart's going to be pumping. I'm probably going to be sweating more than the guys in the octagon. And yeah, my heart's definitely going to be racing more than those guys. It's going to be a crazy fight, and I think we're going to have pretty similar vibes to the Pereira versus Roundtree fight. I'm not going to lie, but let's go into this third thing on this card. Someone is losing their undefeated record. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there is a shit ton of undefeated fighters on this card. Of course, we got the obvious like Ilia Topuria, Chimaev, but we also have Shara Bullet, Lerone Murphy, Farid Basharat, and Rafael. So I think one of these guys are losing their undefeated streak. I think someone's O is going to go this fight, because it's very rare we see this many undefeated fighters on a single card. And the level of competition they're fighting, it's bound to happen that someone is losing their undefeated record in this fight. Could you imagine if all of them lose their undefeated record? That'd honestly be pretty crazy, but I don't think that's going to happen. But a good portion of them, at least one is losing their record. Let's not get too crazy here, but at least one of these guys are losing their record. Let's go down to the fourth thing. I think Magomedov's going to get it done over Rakić, but that's not the rare lock. The rare lock is once Magomedov Ankalaev wins, he's gonna have a crash out moment on the mic, going crazy, saying that Alex Pereira is ducking him, that he's just gonna have a crash out moment where he's gonna go crazy on the mic, calling out Pereira, calling him chicken. Even in the post-fight press conference, I could see this boy just crashing out. But at the end of the day, I've been saying it for a long time. Fuck Magomed. All my homies hate Magomed. Magomed makes it seem like he's a champion and he's calling the shots, because let's be real, Magomed was called up to be the opponent for UFC 300. It wasn't Jamal Hill, it was Magomedov Ankalaev first. And he has had countless times to fight Alex Pereira, but he's only wanted to fight him in his home turf area. So, I just don't fuck with that. You're not the champion, little bro. Sit down. Hopefully Rakić beats the living shit out of him. But I think he's going to beat Rakić, unfortunately. And I think we're going to have a legendary crash out moment from Magomedov Ankalaev. Let's go down to the last thing. This is a pretty rare and out there prediction. There will be no pullouts in the main card. You know, I'm not talking about the prelims, but the main card, we will not see a single pullout in that entire card. And that's all of my rare predictions right there. The rare locks of UFC 308. Let me know in the comments below. Are there any other rare locks that I missed? Do you guys think there's going to be any other locks of this card? Because to be honest, these are probably some of the best locks I've had this card. But that being said, guys, your boy's on that goal to get to 1,000 subscribers. Quickly look at this shit real quick. 99% of you guys just watch this shit for free. Like I said, your boy's on that goal to get to 1,000 subscribers. So help me out. And you made it to the end of the video, so you might as well. But with all that being said, boys, there's really not that much else left to say, except for I will see you guys in my next video.